Alrighty guys, I just want to kind of like follow up on that first video, as far as like who I'm going to be pursuing, and then a little bit more directly as far as what I meant, as far as like why things are frustrating within my current situation. Um, I'll be honest, because I haven't had any like direct confirmation from anything. Everything that I'm seeing is just kind of like a coincidental like confirmation that I am being watched from afar. Um, what makes this frustrating is I'm like trying to like fix this problem, and I'm not sure if the reason why we're not directly confirming that we know what's going on is because of prior things I've done in the past. Because in the first initial video when I posted last year, when I did the boat post, and then I actually talked about like all the different things that this device kind of can't do, because of things I've done in my younger childhood, the potential that I might be like forced to wait as punishment for like things that I've done that were morally wrong in the past is where things kind of made sense, and why I've been kind of like so patient and not like really like stomping my feet up and down trying to get an answer on this. Because we're now like over a year on this, and there really isn't anything that I've done in the past that like warrants like this much punishment. I'm not sure what else to do except to kind of like directly voice out what my plans is moving forward. The reason why this is frustrating is because I'm making so many of my life decisions like based around this issue, and on top of this issue is affecting like my professional life in other ways, where like it seems like my sales posts aren't reaching the people that should be reaching. The things that I do have for sale, when I do hear from a customer, if you've sold things on Facebook Marketplace, you know, like the most generic thing to see is like a million like, hey, is this still available? You see like a million of those posts, especially if you have like a solid machine or parts for sale. You see that stuff all the time. Shortly after calling out this issue, those disappeared, and the messages I would get from people seemed like I don't want to say fake customers, but it seemed like people that were part of the problem or part of the circle. And there would be things in their Facebook pages or the things that they would be asking me where it just seemed like it was just a waste of time just to piss me the fuck off. Because I've been selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist from back when I was like a kid. Man, I was buying and selling things back when I was like 13 or 14. Like, so I've seen like what's normal, what's not normal as far as interaction when you buy and sell stuff. Since coming across this issue, it seems like my sales posts are like not reaching the customers. Like somehow they've like hacked into my stuff, so now my sales posts aren't getting out. And then on top of this, now that I'm working this new job out in California, I'm pretty much trying to like rebuild and get things going again. It seems like this same circle is also out here, and then now they're sending shit to my current job that's like complicating things between like me and like the manager, like stuff intentionally designed to make my life a living hell. And because this is like on top of other things that I'm dealing with alongside the device, because the device can make you feel things. And the most annoying thing, and I was going to say this for the other video, but this happens all the time. As a straight guy, the most fucking annoying thing that keeps happening is they can fucking poke you with this device. And as far as what I mean by that, if you ever lifted something that was too heavy, and then after putting that weight down, like let's say like in your bicep, like you've like had like a muscle like spasm or twitch, and that spasm or twitch feels like a poke, like someone's poking you. They can do this fucking poking sensation directly at your fucking asshole. And to make things worse, it is combined with sometimes either a pleasure sensation or either a pain sensation. Depending on what's going on in your head will decipher whether or not it's going to be painful or not. So because they keep doing this throughout the past fucking year, since I came across this issue, that is just one example of thing that they'll just do randomly all the fucking time. And it's usually timed to try to piss me off. So in conjunction with you coming across people that seem to be crossing paths with you, intentionally trying to piss you off, I'm also dealing with this nonstop every fucking day. So as far as frustrations and trying to solve this is just one of the things that I'm dealing with on top of trying to meet these people. Now, as far as what I meant by frustrations, so I can't remember because I've been taking several videos trying to like to compress this in a way to where it can be comprehended and not like I'm trying to think the best way to say this. To say this in a manner that is as comprehensive as possible. And I'm going to keep rocking on this video. The reason why this is frustrating is because on top of dealing with this, I'm seeing nonstop confirmation from people that I watch that imply that yes, I'm being documented through this period. Now, because I'm constantly seeing this, in conjunction with the device, constantly feeling these things, I was under the impression for the past year that, hey, maybe because of the shit that I did in the past, which isn't much, but there is shit back there. Because of the shit that I've done in the past, maybe I deserve the stuff that I'm dealing with throughout this past year. And throughout this past year, one of the things that fucking happened is I foreclosed on my fucking property and lost my job and work location in fucking my home state. Because this is a fucking case and we're now over a year in this, I'm trying to find an answer. And another thing with this device, because you're communicating with people like through your thoughts, sometimes you'll find that you're like, sometimes they're like answering like aloud. And if you're caught like by like a stranger, like let's say someone like walked past my vehicle and like I'm just like talking to myself, like this can be like used against me to where like it's gonna make you look schizophrenic. So another reason why I'm taking the time to like locate these people and find who they are is to figure out who I'm communicating with, figure out if I'm actually communicating with this people. The one example I gave in the first video, Amelia Hartford, I keep communicating with this individual because I think this individual's in the same position as I am. And me just like cutting this individual off and no longer communicating with them or trying to pursue some type of solution, like trying to meet this person. Me doing that seems like it might be morally wrong. And then on top of that, if I'm being documented through this period and I make that decision, it's going to make me look even worse. Now, there's even more details with the Amelia situation that I'm not even going to get into. That is just that just makes this situation extra bizarre. One of the examples that I'll give to where makes this situation extra confusing is that I'm not sure if her situation is also part of the problem. What do I mean by this? Prior to me coming across her channel and focusing on her, because prior to this problem, I didn't watch her. I wasn't a subscriber. I don't want to say I wasn't a fan. It's just her channel wasn't one that I was focused on. It wasn't until after dealing with all this shit until I started seeing that, hey, there's things in her channel that imply that she knows who I am. And then because her channel has been around since I started my company, I've noticed that if I go way deeper into her channel, there's things implying that she's been watching me throughout the years when I've been growing my business. So because of additional details like this, on top of Andy Frisella's details, where I'm seeing stuff implying that he might not only know who the fuck I am, but might be involved in what the fuck's going on. Because that is the case, everything is making fucking sense. So I'm gonna keep this one exactly how it is. Now I'm gonna post this one exactly how it is, because trying to solve this or even trying to like film a video explaining why this is frustrating is like next to impossible to do. And I don't want to post these videos all chopped up and edited to where it looks super fake, like someone's paying me to do this, because this is not at all the case. My goal through these videos is to get back to where I was before, being able to make a fucking decision based off of reality. Right now, I've got a bunch of indirect fucking confirmation to something that currently does not exist, that like is affecting my life every day. Another weird detail that's coincidental. The reason why I think that it's an actual device. If you were to look up the Tesla brain chip and like when it was fucking tested and when they first implanted it into someone's head, was the exact same time frame to where not only I'm dealing with this shit, but also the exact same time frame when I started watching Amelia Hartford. So, as far as why I'm going like towards her direction first, I'm not sure if she's surrounded by the same people that are part of the problem. What I mean by this is that one of the confirming details that told me that she like at least knows of my situation was when I posted the boat video on my Facebook. And I'll tag my Facebook and all that stuff so people watching this video can kind of like combine the two and they could kind of like put the puzzle pieces together. Because that's another detail to this problem. Unless you take the time to go through these videos and not only watch my videos, but to watch Emilio's videos, for example, and then Andy's content, either on YouTube or his podcast, or just looking into his businesses. Unless you take the time to do that and you actually like look through the stuff for the details, it's going to look like nonsense. You're not going to benefit from it. And unfortunately, I believe that is intentionally designed in that manner. Because another aspect of the stuff that I'm dealing with is that it's designed in a way to be so complex they don't bother explaining it. That the life that you're going to essentially work for is eventually going to come to you, and that this time period is not only meant to test you to see if you are deserving of what's coming, but it's also to naturally filter out anybody that's around you to no longer be around. Meaning that your life is going to be so miserable for a short period of time that anybody that doesn't deserve it surrounding you is going to naturally fall off. So when time comes to finally get the shit that you've been deserving, the people that don't deserve it will naturally not be there. Unfortunately, that's what I feel like is also happening alongside this. Now let me return back to as far as a confirming detail and another confusing detail about Amelia Hartford's situation. And if I'm wrong on this, I'm fucking sorry. All I'm trying to do is get a yes or a no. So from that point forward, I could go back to like reality. So I'm not looking for a specific yes or no from these individuals. I just need a yes or a no. So again, when I posted the boat video, I actually tagged Amelia in this video. And on top of that, I used a red notebook while fucking going through that. Because like this video, it gets flustered and the details come out and it gets confusing and you lose track of what the topic is. The red notebook that I fucking used, the next video that Amelia Hartford posted, she had a red notebook. There was a scene, and her videos are like close to an hour long. There was a specific scene, and I'm not sure if these scenes, because there's a lot of stuff in like not only Amelia's channel, but there's a lot of stuff in Andy's channel where similar to me coming across people where it seems like it's supposed to be testing me to see if I'm going to get pissed off. There's things intentionally in her videos, even on her Instagram posts, that seem like they're intentionally designed to piss me off and test me. And one of these examples I have is one of the scenes she was working on her the drag Z that she just built. They were doing some work on the front bumper. I think they were actually building the mount to the front turbo. And in one of the scenes, she was like bent over looking at the front intercooler, and in her back right pocket was a fucking notebook that was barely in the fucking bucket. And it was like in the scene in a way to where it was like undoubtedly like a message, like to say like, hey, that red notebook implies that we know what's going on with you. What makes this extra weird is that if you go back to the same video, because this is what I've been doing to kind of like confirming details. So as I put these in these videos, if you as a viewer were to take your time to actually like see if these details still exist, this one detail as far as the notebook no longer exists in these videos. And this is just one of many examples where like a detail will be put in a video to confirm what I'm thinking, and then if I were to go back onto that specific video to find that detail again, that detail would be gone. However, if there's like an imperfection in that video, like a typo or whatever, sometimes it will purposely leave that typo in that same video as almost to imply like, hey, the things that we're moving around is intentional. So this is where things get super frustrating, because on top of me being introduced as this issue and then starting to see all these threatening things, around the same time I was seeing hearing stories about like how like guys were being like screwed over, where guys would pay these OnlyFans models and these OnlyFans chicks to make these certain videos or say certain things to get certain guys to do certain things to make them look bad. I'm not sure if this is what I'm experiencing, and that this entire process with like the Amelia's channel or whatever, and her like adding these details to like confirm she knows who I am, I'm not sure if this is a situation where like whoever she's working for is a part of the same fucking circle that I'm dealing with, and is just telling her to say certain things to just like make my life a living hell. I'm not sure if that's the case. That's why I need to like meet this person in person for the answer, so I can move forward without being a harassment. Because at the end of the day, this is not who I am or who I'm trying to like be. I'm just trying to like get back to like on track as far as like building the shit that I'm trying to build. And then if for some reason there's someone out there that's reaching out to me that's saying like, hey, like not only I've been waiting for you, but I'm like been needing your help. If that's the case, I would like to address that and like move on from there. So there was some more stuff that I wanted to touch on, but I'll say that for the other video. But that's honestly the most important part about this is that at this point today, I know I filmed that other video on August 13th. Today's the 16th. I still don't have direct confirmation of what's real and who's who. So that's why I'm kind of moving forward the way I'm moving. So with that being said, I will be posting another video. That's going to be much longer. Like I said, it's going to be referencing the notes. So it's going to be kind of much more structured. It's going to be less me kind of like jumping around as far as details. But yeah, with that being said, any other additional information I'll add in another video. It's just I wanted to kind of go in more depth as far as like who I'm going for and then why I'm doing what I'm doing. So with that being said, thank you.